The origin story of McCall is really wonderful. Over 50 years ago, there was a doctor named Carnes Weeks who was an emergency room physician, and he was in the hospitals of Charlotte Hungerford Hospital and Sharon Hospital. And he recognized in the emergency department that people who would come in repeatedly for issues that were biological, physiological in nature. This is, my back hurts, I broke my ankle, I have issues with my gut. And once he was able to kind of scratch the surface and recognize that the through line there was that the person was struggling with an addiction, he was able to treat the addiction. So there was a little room set up in the emergency department. And that was the sort of the destigmatized way that somebody could initiate some treatment for their addiction. And then we were able to incorporate as the McCall Foundation with some seed money from the McCall family out of Lakeville. And then we came to Torrington because this was the, sort of the seat of the county where a lot of the services and the greater population was. But we keep our northwest corner roots, and we carry that tradition of whole person care and recognizing and understanding and healing the root causes of that person's pain and illness to this day.
In the mid to late 60s, a group of parents here in Waterbury became increasingly concerned about drug abuse, drug addiction, and kids in general, high schoolers, and among them their own kids. And so a group of them got together and started meeting pretty much on a monthly basis, then increasingly as time went on, to see what could be done. What could they as non-professional parents do to help kids facing this kind of problem? They eventually then became an organization, and Central Naugatuck Valley Drug Help Committee Incorporated was born. What a mouthful. It's easier to just talk about Help Incorporated, clearly. But that was its beginnings. Parents concerned about kids, particularly in the Waterbury area, but throughout the state.
The story of our merged entity is really a beautiful one. This is truly being able to meet people where they are and not leave them there. If someone responds really well to telehealth, then we can do that. If people respond really well to in-person treatment, we can do that. We have a really beautiful, robust, multidisciplinary team of experts, of people with lived experience, recovery coaches. We have certified addiction counselors. We have social workers and marriage and family therapists and nurse practitioners and mental health counselors. We have parent educators. We have doctors, psychiatrists, and all of those people are ready to wrap up a person who says, I'm ready to accept that. It's individualized, it's specific, it's compassionate, and it really looks at not, what's wrong with you, but what happened to you? Why is this symptom manifesting? And what can we do to get to those root causes and facilitate that healing on your terms, at your pace, and with you really in the driver's seat? And who are the people who you're connected with? And how can we help facilitate the entire system moving towards health, recovery, and healing?
I really wanted to be here and talk about this today because there is a stigma out there, and I really want to start tearing that down. I want to show that this happens to all kinds of people, and I felt it was really important for me to come out here and say, you don't need to be ashamed. I feel like if I was able to pull myself out of it and get back to being a productive member of society and being happy with my life, then you can too. Anybody can, you just gotta want it.
I'm not just a number here. I'm a client with a name, with an individual treatment plan, and it's how I want to succeed. Essentially, through working with clinicians, counselors, different staff members, talking to your peers, you find out where you want to go in life, and they'll set up this plan for you that benefits all your needs and set it into motion. It's up to you to do the footwork after that, but everyone here bats 1,000 for you, and I stand by that.
Something that I realized was that there was another part of me that I didn't take care of. You know, there was like a spiritual part to me, an invisible part of me that was broke. You know, the way I thought, the way I felt. And so realizing that there was a spiritual part of me that needed to be fixed, and finding the right people to help me do that was, I think, the most important lesson I've ever learned in my life.
Our goal is really, in regards to those comprehensive services, to really make sure that that's happening throughout the western part of Connecticut, and that we're expanding on things that we already do very well, including adolescent services, outpatient services, co-occurring disorder services, and really reaching a much broader area and a broader population to provide those services to. And I don't think anybody replicates this anyplace else.